Yeah, it's fantastic. It was a bit of a waiting game. Obviously, the appointment happened in April, and it took a little while to get me over here because of obviously restrictions. But it's fantastic to be here. I've loved every day so far, and it's great to be on the field and working with the players. And as he said, in the sunshine more often than not, which again is obviously an added bonus. I think first of all, the changes and the developments that CONCACAF have made have been incredible, and I think for the women's game in the region and for every member association, it's a fantastic development, and I think it probably puts it as one of the best programs for competition in the world. As far as we're concerned for the competition and the draw, we've got that draw happening shortly, and that's really exciting. This is why we're here. We're here for the qualifiers. We're here for the excitement that those things bring and the focuses that we need to work towards. So I think expectations, at the end of the day, it's international football, so it's tough. There's no easy games in international football, and so it's exciting, and we're, myself, the staff are ready to, the minute that draw is made, we then start our analysis of the opposition. We've already kind of beaten the race a little bit in terms of, we have access to footage of pretty much all of the teams within the CONCACAF region from their previous games, so we're already edging our bets a little bit in terms of the analysis process. But once this draw is finally done, we'll then really hone in on who those opponents are and find a way of making that a successful campaign for the players. Yeah, it's very much a hybrid program that we have running here, and I think the reason for it, and that's probably the first thing to explain, is there are players who are not presently at professional clubs. There are players who are maybe not within a college system, so they need training. They need to train every week. So the idea is to make sure we have players training competitively every week. They're being tested physically, they're being tested from a technical and a tactical perspective. So it is a combination, as you said. We've got some slightly more experienced players who have been in and around the national programme for a long time. We have some players who have maybe been in age groups of 17s and 20s. And we've got some potential brand new players that maybe haven't been involved in the programme before, but we've been alerted to, and we're looking at those. And this is good. Every week we're building and we're adding layers onto what we did the previous week. It's challenging for the players, but that's by design. And I made the players aware of this from day one, that it's going to be challenging. And because that's our job, is to make this environment as competitive as possible, because ultimately what it does is prepare players to be international footballers. So when players get selected, or if players get selected from here to be part of this national team squad, the next time we have a camp, they're ready for it, because they need to be up to the levels of the players who are already playing professionally or high level college football in the US. It's vital. We need players. The perfect world for us is every player is playing professionally, and that's where we then draw our national team squad from, is from professional leagues all around the world. So the experiences that these players are getting, as you said, Victoria is the most recent one that has kind of gone abroad and is playing in a professional league. That's fantastic, and that's something that I fully support, because it's going to help our national team, it's going to help our players. And it's certainly going to help us in terms of performances. So I'm very strongly in the opinion that we need to make sure that these players are given those opportunities. And again, this program here is hopefully first step on that conveyor belt to allow us to get more players into professional football, wherever that may be within the world.
I am so happy. I'm excited to go to work and put it all out on the field for my country. It's been good. The environment has been good. You know, more or less now in the training sessions I had a lot of younger players, and it's good to bring my experience and share my experience with the new coaching staff. You know, it's different game plan, different tactics. You know, and I'm always willing to learn and adapt to new things. Just be able to come out here and work hard. You know, it's been quite a time since we have hit the field, but now we're here and we're just excited. So our motivation is ourselves trying to push each other to work hard to what's coming up ahead. A lot of professionalism and a lot of intensity. You know, we want to play at the highest level, and he keeps reminding us that, you know, we have what it takes. You know, so we always get a reminder. James always reminds us that, hey, this team have what it takes, so let's raise our intensity level and we'll